peoples. Y'all, excuse the look. Tomorrow's hair day. And I'm sorry, I just put on Carmex. Think about it. There is something in the atmosphere that is very disturbing to me. And I'm gonna get this to y'all because I see it in my kids, but I also see it in my kids' friends and they friends. And what I'm noticing is happening is that there is a spirit that actually rests in pain, like to the point where we don't know how to receive help and guidance from those who are not suffering in pain. They've been there before. They can testify that they came out of something. They don't want help from those people. Who they seek out when things get bad is the people that actually cause them pain. Now, I've been confused and conflicted about this because I'm watching my own kids do it. Where they run into a problem and they don't want my assistance, they'll run to somebody that hurt them, a bad relationship, a parent that's been abusive. And I'm trying to figure out, if you already hurting because your circumstances have gotten overwhelming, why would you run back to somebody that's causing you pain? And I'm noticing that what happens, stay with me now, y'all. What happens is that we rest in this pain so much that it's normal, that the people that have a willingness to help us and reach for us, that have that hand to extend to us, are the ones that are abnormal. There's nothing normal about somebody that wants to help. So I'm going to talk to somebody who not only can help me sit in this pain, but they gonna actually support it. Let me give you a good example of this. Y'all got that one friend, because I think everybody got this one friend. Y'all got this one friend that you can call them on 50 about something. You going off and everything, and they ready to hit the jump off with you. They ready to go do this with you, to the point where later on you might rethink that you overreacted. That person is still on 50. They ready to handle business, where you rethinking how you reacted to something. But you called them in that instant because that person is going to sit in what you're creating for that moment. I don't care if it's anger, hurt, pain. If that's how you feeling in that moment, you going to call that person because you know that they going to jump on board with how you feeling in that moment. Now, the sad part about it is when you circle back around and you realize maybe this not as bad as I thought it was, that person still got something to say about what you shared with them. I'm not understanding the need to run towards the pain. That's what got me so confused. And all I keep thinking about is how a person can stay in an abusive relationship. It's easy to stay in an abusive relationship when you're used to it. But here's the other thing. Just like that person provides you with a reaction to your situation that kind of complements the reaction you having, sometimes we stay in abusive relationships because that person is either providing something that's familiar or providing something we can't provide for ourselves. That's where I'm at with this at this point. I want you all to understand something, because I know it's just not my kids and their friends that I'm seeing doing this. I think the only way to fix this, I tell my kids all the time to go to therapy, and I'm realizing it's a whole nother video, that some of the things that they choosing to do as far as coping ain't coping, it's actually addiction. That's a whole nother video. I'm gonna circle back to that, baby. But what I'm noticing is that they would prefer to talk to somebody else who's broken when they're upset than to talk to somebody that can actually help them out of the situation. They ain't looking toward the hills from which cometh they help. They looking down the hill to the person that's still in some ish. You all understand what I'm saying? I think the only way that we can fix this is to continuously lead by example. Because even I feel as though, because I'm struggling with this currently, I get overwhelmed with the fact that I can't help my children in their situation. I get overwhelmed when they not listen and they constantly keep making mistakes, when they actually have at least one parent that's willing and able to help guide them through the things that they're coming across. And it leaves me frustrated to see them in a bad space. But I'm noticing that they actually choose to dwell in that horrible space. And I went to God about this. Let me say this and I'm gonna get up off of this. I went to God about this and I'm like, God, I don't know what to do about my kids in a situation. I'm trying my hardest to be a good parent. I'm trying my hardest to help them. And yet they seem like they don't want my help. Y'all, I've been around here burning sage. This is the first time I've ever felt the need to do something else throughout my house. Like I'm waving sage, I'm burning incense, I'm listening to my worship music all day long. It's really bothering me that my kids are choosing to rest in pain instead of allowing themselves to be helped through their situations. God woke me up last night, y'all, and had the audacity. Yes, I said that about my daddy. My daddy woke me up last night and had the audacity to tell me, take your hands off them. They don't belong to you, no way. The blood of Jesus, I'm finna go. I love y'all. See y'all next video.